of the blue, it's time to take the opportunity to trade for this player, buy low. There's so much involved in little stuff like that. I mean, one little thing you can see in a batter's stats is everything might look the same, but his home runs are down. Why are his home runs down? And you can look at his contact rate and his fly ball rate, and hey, his fly ball rate is way below his career averages. And in baseball, it's one of those things that things often level out to the norm. So this guy is hitting for a good average, but his home runs are down, and you look and you see that his fly balls are down. There's a chance that that's going to increase eventually, even out towards his career averages, and he'll probably end up hitting close to, his career average in home runs, and that's always a great time to buy a player like that. Or if the opposite, so you see a player that's hitting all these home runs, and you just see that his home run to fly ball is astronomical, you know it's going to go down. He can't sustain that pace, and you sell a guy like that. I love that part. I'm a my forte in fantasy sports is I'm an excellent trader. I'm an excellent trader, and I'm a voluminous trader. In one of my baseball leagues last year, I made 35 trades, which most people think I'm joking, but the people in my league, you can ask them, every day they get the email saying, so-and-so has accepted a trade. It's just like, what's going on here? I'm always tinkering with my team. I'm always trying to improve. Every trade I make is to help in one little area, or I look at the schedule for the playoffs, and I love that part of it. And to me, it's like, sort of a stock market or whatever, where you're buying stocks and you're selling them, and you're trying to beat people onto the hot new players.
Yeah, you're trying to be Warren Buffett of fantasy baseball.
Yeah. Pretty much, except I don't have my own island or anything like that.
Yeah, he's made his empire. But as far as with a guy like a Chris Shelton, like from 2006, when he had that first month with the Tigers where he had 10 home runs, and everybody's like, oh, this guy's on pace for 60 home runs, and then we never heard from him ever again after that first month. How many times have you made a mistake on a guy like that?
I'll be honest, I'm not bragging here. Being that trades are sort of my forte, I don't make too many mistakes. I think in the end, most of my trades end up working out for me. There's been a few, of course, but I rarely do I completely miss, like you said, where I completely misread the player. I mean, they don't always keep the pace. Pace is sort of one of those things. It's fun to look at net stats and, wow, this guy is, like you said, he's on pace to break every career high, but rarely does it ever equal that. Fun and to project. I like using those sabermetrics to really see whether the pace is true or it's sort of a facade, and make my trades going from there. But yeah, I don't screw up too much. It's happened, but and the trades I make usually benefit me.
On to something that is not a fantasy and that is more so a nightmare, the New York Knicks season. Looking at both fans and the Knicks, I was thinking going into the season, okay, I didn't think they were going to be world beaters. I thought they were good. They have enough talent. I still think they have enough talent that they should be a 6 or a 7 seed in the East. There is no excuse for them being 5-20, as bad as Detroit and Philadelphia. There's actually no excuse for Detroit being as bad as they are. But looking at the Knicks, what has been the most frustrating part for you so far this year?
I think the most frustrating part for me is how slowly it's taken for Melo and everybody else to adapt to the triangle offense. I didn't expect them to be good this year. I don't know if I didn't expect them to be this bad. but I wasn't looking at a playoff season. I was looking at a rebuild year and expecting, a high draft pick. And I'm pretty happy because you're a Knicks fan, I'm a Knicks fan. We know how much we've screwed up those draft picks or not had them because we've traded for guys like Marcus Camby and Eddie Curry and all these guys. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to a top 5 draft pick, a lottery pick, and that to me in itself is going to be really exciting to actually have to be in the top 10 and to when it's our turn to pick, and hoping that Phil doesn't screw it up. I don't think he will. I think we're still a couple years away, but I'm definitely excited to see what we're going to do in the off season as far as the draft, free agents. We're going to have a ton of cap space. But again, I think this whole situation with Carmelo Anthony and Derek Fisher, and Anthony made some comments this week that, as a Knicks fan, you've got to be a little worried. It sounded like he was saying he didn't want to play for us. But I understand the frustration. I understand you signed a huge contract and you've won 5 games. But, it's going to be a growing process, and I think this year it will be a successful year if come game 82, Derek Fisher, Carmelo Anthony, and to me that's all that really matters. We only have 4 other players under contract anyway, and none of them are that great. But I think for those 2, I think it's going to be important for them to mesh well together and for them to learn that offense so that next year when we bring in maybe a Marcus Hall or we draft, a center or whatever it may be, I think that it's important that those 2 have a triangle down pat, because you don't want to go next year and take another month to learn it, and because those games will probably result in losses.
Exactly. Well, and you don't want another situation where, like in 2002, you take Nene and you trade him to the Nuggets for Antonio McDyess. He gets a knee injury, and then the following year you get the 8th pick, and that turns into Michael Sweetney, and that turns into a hot garbage fire. That's just what I'm praying doesn't happen with this high draft pick. Is either we trade him or he's a bust.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping. I think that Phil right now is smart enough right now to. I think he's going to make the right moves. I don't see him, as long as Dolan doesn't get his slimy hands on the situation, I think Phil is going to build a winner. I don't think he's going to screw up the draft pick by taking some foreign nobody that ends up not playing. At least I hope. I think he's going to be smart about it. Maybe we trade the pick. I don't have a problem trading the pick if it's for a good player that's going to help us out. But I don't think he screws it up. Right now I'm saying I have faith in him. Now, come June, and he screws it up, and we're asking questions, maybe I change my tune. But for now, I think the moves have been good. I think the idea is good, and I'm going to trust him. He has the rings. He has the knowledge. He's the Zen master. Until he screws it up, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Last thing before I let you go, do you want to tell everybody where we can find you on Twitter, the internets, all that good stuff?
Yes, sir. You can find me on Twitter at Seth Does Sportsman, SETHDASPORTSMAN. I'm on there all day, like you said, answering the start-sit questions, trade questions. I'm a late-night guy. We often talk, banter late at night. So you can pretty much find me 24 hours a day. I never miss a question. I'm always there. I'm not like one of these big, highfalutin, egotistical guys that just going to toss over your question because you're not paying for my website. I answer all the start-sit questions, every sport. Well, not hockey, but every other sport. And follow me on there, and you can find my writing on Razzball.com. I do football, baseball, basketball there, and you can find my rankings on FantasyPros.com. And always find me on podcasts, shows like this one, I've done stuff for Sirius Radio and some other great guys on Twitter that have shows that I've done. So I'm kind of all over the place, and I hope you get to know me, and I'd like to get to know you, and hopefully I can help your fantasy teams win.
Absolutely. Well, Seth, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll be right back here on LateNightSportsRadio.com with the Bob Sullivan Show.
Baby, you're a mystery. Tell me what's a girl gotta do? Looking at the history doesn't seem to give any clue. Just when I think I understand it all, you seem to unravel some more. Ooh, la, la, ooh, I never know nobody like you. Ooh, la, la, ooh, now I know. Baby, you're down the neighbor. Ooh, la, oh. Yeah, you keep me guessing on confessing now, well, baby, it's true. I never know nobody like you. Baby, you're unenable. Baby, you're a riddle. I'm caught up in the middle of you. I'm trying to think bigger, but I can't seem to figure it through. I wanna make it better, but now I'm scared.